All right, everyone, welcome to my blue yoga room, which is also my lounge room, and it's wonderful to have you all here. So let's begin with standing up. We'll take our feet a comfortable distance apart, and let's bring our shoulders up towards our ears, and then breathe out and let them go. And we'll do this a couple more times. So inhale, shoulders up towards the ears, and let go. Once more, this is a good reminder that when you're cold, your shoulders do tend to go up towards your ears, and that's tension, and you need to let them go so that you can walk around nice and relaxed. So let's roll our shoulders down, just one following the other, nice smooth rolls. And go back the other way. And then come to the center. A little bit of body wrapping, so we'll just let the arms start to swing around the body, and you can lift your heel if that happens as we go. Moving your head in the opposite direction to your arms. And then come back to the middle. So we'll step our feet back underneath our hip joints and just start to rock forward onto your toes and then back onto your heels. So forward and back, and as you start to do this, let your arms begin to join in. So as you rock forward, your arms move forward, and as you rock back, your arms move back. And we're sort of starting to get a bit more of a swing up in this, and the bending of the knees can become a little bit deeper, and it's a bit like skiing. I've never been skiing, but anyway, and then you can start to really get your arms up into the air, and this is a good exercise to get the energy moving in your body and help to warm you up, and also warm up lots of the joints in your spine. So I'll do it a couple more times and then just stop. Excellent. Okay, so the feet are underneath the hips, and now we're going to right foot first. As we inhale, slowly peel the right foot off of the floor, step it forward, and the arms come up as we do this. And you come up onto the toe of your left foot. And then as you exhale, take your weight back onto the left foot and step the right foot back beside it. To the left now, so slowly peel it off as you inhale, stepping it forward and coming up onto the toes of the right foot. And then exhale, step yourself back. Right foot inhale, as it peels off, you step forward and swing your arms up. Exhale, moving back. And now to the left foot, inhale, arms swinging up. And exhale, stepping back. Very nice. Okay, so let's take our arms out to the side with the palms up. You are going to twist through your shoulders as you turn your palms in the opposite direction. So let's look at our right hand. And as we inhale, roll the right palm back, and the left palm goes up and over. So you're swiveling in through your shoulders. On the exhale, roll them over in the other direction and look at your left hand. Inhale, swiveling the arms, looking towards the right hand. Exhale, roll them in the other direction, looking towards the left. Once more on each side. Inhale, rotating all the way up through the shoulders. And then exhale, rolling, looking towards the left hand. Come back to the center, turning both palms up. Bring your fingers onto your shoulders. Chin towards the chest and elbows towards each other. And we're going to make nice big circles with our elbows. So as they come down and around, let your chin drop towards your chest. And as you inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. So just let the head sort of move with the elbows. Loosening up the shoulders, working through the biggest range of motion that you currently have. Next time that your elbows come towards each other, go back in the other direction. Really big, slow circles. And then the next time the elbows come towards each other, unfurl the arms. Okay, so let's step our feet out wider. So you want to have them at least shoulder distance apart and maybe a little bit wider if it's comfortable for you. Placing your hands in the fingers into the crease of the hip joints. Bend your knees so that they start to point out, which means you might need to just adjust your feet a little. And then hinge yourself forward. And we're going to start to glide from side to side. So just straightening one knee and bending the other. So this, maybe you want to take your feet a little bit further apart as we do this. You might be in the right spot. Coming back to the middle, placing your hands onto your knees. Now don't put too much weight onto your knees as we do this, and then we're going to start to glide from side to side again. So maybe you can get a little bit deeper. Feeling that stretch along the inside of your leg. And then come back to the middle. Okay, so our knees are bent, our hands are onto our knees, and we're now going to let the right shoulder roll in towards the middle as we rotate the left back and look towards the left. And then come to the center, dropping the left shoulder and rolling the right back. And let's just keep this going slowly. So we're rotating through the spine and also stretching around the shoulder blades. And then we'll come back to the center. Bend your knees more deeply and then push into your feet and bring yourself up to standing. Okay, so let's walk our feet in, heel toe, till you come having your feet underneath your hip joints again. Bring your right hand to face up just underneath the belly button and take your left hand, the palm facing down. Let your shoulder blades relax down towards your spine. And inhale. On the exhale, arch your body over towards the right, stretching along the left side. As you inhale, come up to standing and let your arms rotate in a big circle and change. So the left is under the belly button, the right is just above your head. And then exhale over, arching over to the left, as if the upper body is sliding against a wall. And then inhale, come up, rotate the arms big and wide, back to the start position. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, circling the arms and changing. Exhale to the left. And then inhale, come up, let the arms move out to the side, bring them up above the head, palms together, and then down to the heart center. So now we're going to do some heaven and earth breathing. Firstly, have a look down at your feet and just make sure that your big toes are in line with each other at the front. That you can feel your feet plugged in. They're like Australian power points. So the ball of the big toe and the ball of the little toe are like the slanty parts of the power point, and your heel is the earth, the one that goes straight up and down. So just feel that. And now if you're comfortable, close your eyes, and if you're not, that's okay too. And we're going to do 3 rounds of this breath. So we begin by breathing in as if from the heavens to the heart center, and exhaling from the heart center down through the body to the earth. Inhaling from the earth to the heart center, and exhaling heart to heavens. So that's 1 round. Inhale heavens to heart. Exhale heart to earth. Inhale earth to heart. Exhale heart to heavens. Do 1 more round in your own time. And once you're done, open your eyes with a smile and let your arms relax down. Okay, so we're going to step our feet out wider again, and we're going to do a little warrior sequence. So let's turn the toes of the right foot towards the end of the mat. If you don't have a mat, it doesn't matter, but imagine that you do. You want the inside edge of your right foot to be parallel with the long edge of the mat. Then come up onto the ball of the left foot and just let your heel step back a little bit. So you can either have the toes of your right foot pointing straight towards the long edge of the mat or slightly towards the right, just as long as they're not pointing back towards the left is the main thing really. Place your hands onto your frontal hip bones and then just rotate your hips towards the long edge of the mat. Okay, and then we're going to inhale and bring our arms up in line with the shoulders, and exhale, relax the shoulder blades down. Inhale, lift the pelvic floor and feel like you're lifting all the way up through the crown of the head so your spine's nice and long. And then exhale, bend your right knee, coming into your warrior pose. Now, if you were to look down, you should just be able to see your right big toe, and that would have your knee in the correct position. So your knee should be over your ankle and not caving forward or going too far back. So we'll just stay here for a moment, looking over the right fingers, with a gentle gaze, and lifting up both of your big toes, just to get the feet engaged in this also. Then relax the toes. Into reverse warrior, so we'll take our left hand down onto the thigh, turn your right palm up. Your legs are going to stay as they are. We inhale, slide your left hand down your leg and bring your right hand up towards the ceiling. Now you can be looking up towards your hand, or you can be looking straight ahead past the armpit and upper arm. All right, so next we're going to slide the left hand up the leg and bring your right elbow onto your right knee. Now roll your shoulder back so that you feel like your back would be up against a wall. And you can stay just like this, but if you'd like to, slide your left hand up your rib cage past your armpit and then stretch it up and over so that your ear, your left ear, is near your left upper arm. A big long stretch along the left side of the body. Bring your left arm up towards the ceiling. Imagine you're holding onto a big rope. You're pulling on it as you push into your right foot and come up to standing. Relax your arms down. Turn your toes to the front. Maybe walk your legs in and give everything a shake. And then step those feet back out, ready to do the other side. Okay, so we're going to turn the left toes towards the end of the mat and checking that the inside edge of your left foot is parallel with the long edge of the mat. So come up onto the ball of the right foot, step the heel back slightly. Hands onto the frontal hip bones and rotate your hips towards the long edge of the mat. And now we're going to inhale the arms up to shoulder level. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, lifting up through the pelvic floor and the spine and the crown of the head. And then exhale, bending the left knee. And again, just checking by looking down to see that you can just see your big toe, and then your knee should be in the right spot. A few breaths here, lifting up both of the big toes, looking over the left hand. Reverse warrior, so the right hand comes to the thigh, the left palm turns up. We inhale, sliding the right hand down, lifting the left fingers up towards the ceiling, either looking up or past the upper arm. The legs continue to be nice and strong, grounded through the feet, gentle lift of the pelvic floor. And now we're moving, sliding your right hand up towards your right hip, taking your left elbow onto your left knee. Roll your right shoulder back so that if there was a wall behind you, you could be up against the wall. And then slide your right hand over the rib cage, up towards the armpit, and then over, stretching the fingers, bringing your ear towards your upper arm. Side stretch. And releasing, so I bring that right arm up towards the ceiling. Imagine you're holding onto a rope. Give it a pull, push into your left foot, and we are up to standing. So let's walk those feet back in, and again, give everything a bit of a shake. All right, so some forward folds and back bends now. And just remember as we do this, when we're putting our hands onto our lower back, we're not pushing. We're just having the hands there to remind us that this part of our back needs to stay nice and long and not crunch in. So, feet are underneath the hip joints. Your hands are gently onto your lower back, and then you also gently roll your shoulders back. So, To begin with, we inhale and let the thighs come forward first, then the pubic bone stretch to your navel, to your heart, and then if you can look up, but you certainly don't need to do this part. Chin towards the chest, bend the knees, stretch the tailbone back as you exhale and let your hands slide down the back of your legs, coming all the way down to a forward fold. So the knees are bent enough so that your belly comes onto your thighs. On the inhale, slide your hands up the front of your leg, tuck your tailbone under and stack the spine one vertebra at a time. So you come up to standing. And then place your hands on your back and exhale, relax the shoulders down. So roll the shoulders back now as we inhale and go again. Thighs forward, stretch the pubic bone, navel, heart. Looking up if that suits your body. Chin towards the chest, bend the knees, exhale, slide your hands down the back of the legs. Knees are bent. Folding all the way down. And then inhale, up we come, stacking the spine one vertebra at a time as the hands slide up the legs. And on your exhale, just put your hands onto the back. So we'll do that one more time. Inhale, long back as the thighs come forward, stretch and open the front of the body into your back bend. Chin towards the chest, bend the knees, exhale, slide your hands down the back of the legs, forward fold. And then stack your spine as you come up to standing. Very good. So we are now going to come down onto the floor and we'll come down onto our hands and knees. So you can just make your way down in whatever way suits you. We'll have our knees underneath our hip joints, our hands underneath our shoulders with the middle fingers parallel to each other. Now, if your wrists don't like this, remember you can come up onto your fists with the thumbs pointing ahead so that your wrists are nice and long. If your hands are on the floor, remember that the weight of your hands should be on your thumb and index finger knuckles. So we'll do some cat breaths to begin with. On the inhale, let the tailbone ease back and up. The belly drops towards the mat, keeping some tone. Rib cage drops. Roll the shoulders back and lift the chin. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Slowly round out through the spine, one vertebra at a time, bringing the chin towards the chest. Back to the tailbone, inhale, let it ease back and up. The front of the body becomes like a hammock. We'll roll the shoulders back, lifting the head. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, slowly round out through the spine, chin towards the chest. Please do 2 more in your own time, closing your eyes, feeling every vertebrae, thanking them all very much for the work they do and holding you up, helping to protect your spinal cord that sends all the messages up and down from the brain to the body. And once you're done, coming back to the center, tuck your toes under, walk your hands back towards your knees and sit onto your heels. Now, if this is no good for your knees or your feet, it's good to stretch your feet if you can deal with it. You can be up onto your knees with your hips lifted. But it's good to stretch the feet, keep the fascia as flexible as we can. And you could even, if you wanted to, just take your hands and give it a little bit of a massage. So it's that bit that you can sort of feel sticking out along the instep of the foot. And then we'll come back down onto our hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of downward dogs now. So let's turn our hands out just slightly. So if you're doing the cat breath, your hands would be straight like this. To do the downward dog, you just rotate them out slightly. Just helps sort of open your shoulders up a little. Let's take our knees out just a little bit wider than hip distance, and also our feet. We'll do a bit of a wide-legged dog this morning to start with. Okay. So lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head, lifting up your knees, and then bringing your belly to your thighs, tailbone towards the ceiling. Your arms should be in line with your ears, and your spine should feel nice and long. So we're going to inhale up onto our toes, straighten our legs, stretch the tailbone towards the ceiling, and then exhale, take your heels towards the mat with a slight bend in your knees if you know that your hamstrings and calf muscles are not particularly flexible. All right, so we should feel like we're stretching the mat away between our feet and our hands. So then we're going to start to walk the dog. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Come back to an even dog. And then up onto the toes and bring the knees down to the floor. All right. So now let's take our belly down onto the mat. So we'll come all the way down. Keeping your, we'll take our hands down along by our sides with the palms down. Having your forehead resting onto your mat, making sure that your neck stays nice and long as we do this. Let's allow our shoulders to just drop down towards the mat, then roll them up towards the ears and then up towards the ceiling. Walk your fingers down towards your feet. So the shoulder blades are moving down towards the waist. And then just broaden the shoulder blades and relax the shoulders. So as if you're standing up nice and tall. Inhale and raise the head. Remember to keep your neck nice and long. Also raise your right arm and your left leg from the shoulder and the hip, so they're nice and long. And then exhale, float yourself back down. Inhale, raise the head, the left arm and the right leg. Raising up, and you feel the muscles along the spine engage as you do this. And then exhale, float yourself down, gently drawing your stomach muscles towards the spine. Inhale, raising the head, right arm, left leg. Exhale, float down, stomach muscles draw towards the spine. Inhale, raise the head, left arm, right leg raising. And exhale to lower. Now you can stay with that if that feels good for your spine. Otherwise, on the inhale, take the head, both arms and both legs to raise up into the locust pose. Exhale, float down, gently drawing the stomach muscles towards the spine, moving down with control. Inhale, floating up, raising up. engaging the muscles along the spine on the lift. And as you exhale, all the little stabilising muscles helping you slowly float down. So that's level 2 if you want to go with that. This time though, if you want to, we'll inhale, raise up, both arms and legs, and we're going to stay here for a moment. For a few breaths. Find the spot that's challenging but not forceful. And then exhale, release, coming down, bringing your hands underneath your forehead and relax. And now we're going to roll ourselves over onto our backs. So rolling onto your back, coming into the semi-supine position, placing the heels of your hands onto the frontal hip bones with the fingers towards the pubic bone. A few pelvic tilts. So inhale, let the tailbone tilt away, create a little more space under the lower back without making that really extreme movement. And then on the exhale, flatten the back, engage the pelvic floor, draw the stomach muscles towards the spine. Inhale, tailbone easing away, creating that little space under the lower back. Exhale, flatten the back, engage the pelvic floor, stomach muscles draw towards the spine, making sure your neck stays nice and long, shoulders are relaxed. And then as you inhale, return to a neutral spine. We'll inhale. On the exhale, bring your right thigh over your body, holding onto the shin, and stretch the left leg away. On the inhale, compress your right thigh in towards the chest a little more. And then as you exhale, change the legs, bringing the left over and stretching the right away. On your inhale, compress that left thigh in. And as you exhale, swap. So we'll do twice more on each side like this. Once you've finished on the left side, bring both thighs over the body, give them a good hug. Have a little rock from side to side. Coming back to the middle, inhale. On the exhale, engage the pelvic floor, chin to the chest, forehead to the knees, snuggle up into a little ball. If your neck doesn't like this, just keep your head down onto your mat. And then release, making sure your neck is nice and long. Take your legs a little wider apart. Slide your hands down the inside of the calf muscles and then hold on to the ball of the feet or the big toes. So your thighs are going to sort of stay near your rib cage and your knees will be pointed wide. And we're going to lift our feet up towards the ceiling and draw them as if they're going to move back behind us, and we come into happy baby pose. Stretching the belly of your hamstrings. You can leave your hands like this, or if you want to, you can take them and hold on to the outside of the foot. And that sort of just changes it and makes it a little bit more intense. And then release, bending the knees and taking your left foot down to the floor, holding on behind your right thigh. Inhale. On the exhale, extend through the right heel and stretch your right leg up into the air. So we're stretching the back of the leg, letting the weight of your leg rest into your hip joint. Make sure that you're relaxing the left side. The toes are pointing back towards your knee. Your shoulders, neck and face are nice and relaxed. And then inhale. On an exhale, you might like to take your leg over your body a little bit more, or maybe even slide your hands up onto your calf muscle. You want to increase the stretch without making your legs shake or feel like you're really having to pull on it. And then bend that knee. Take your right ankle to rest onto your left knee. Place your right hand onto the inner right knee. We'll inhale. And on the exhale, gently push away with your right hand, a little opening up through some of those ligaments of the right hip. And then release your right hand. So your legs will stay in this formation. We'll inhale. And on the exhale, lift your left foot, take your thigh towards your body, and we're going to thread the needle. So your right hand comes in between the legs in that little window, holding on behind your left thigh. Your left hand just goes around the outside, hold on behind the left thigh. We're going to draw it in towards the body, feeling a stretch in the right side of the hip and buttocks area. Enjoy some nice slow breaths. And then release, taking your left foot down. Slide your left leg all the way long. Now have your right foot either on your right kneecap or just a little higher onto your right thigh. Take your right arm out at 90 degrees to the body with the palm up. And bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Inhale. And on the exhale, the right shoulder stays on the ground, the leg moves towards the left. Your hip can lift, just feeling into your body, making sure that it all feels okay. Important thing is with this one, the right shoulder, the skin sort of stays on the ground, and then you can move your knee as much as you need to towards the left. Let's turn our head towards the right. Breathe into the stretch. And then release back to the centre. Taking your right foot down, bend your left knee, just placing both feet down, semi-supine. Lift up your hips and then put them back down. Just helps to get your spine long again. Taking your left thigh over your body, holding on behind the thigh. Inhale. On the exhale, extend through the heel and stretch your left leg up into the air. So weight of leg resting into the hip joint. No tension on the right side. Your hands, shoulders, face as relaxed as possible. On an exhale, increase the stretch slightly by drawing the leg over the body. Hands might slide onto the calf muscle. And then let's release, bending that knee. Placing your left ankle onto your right knee. Left hand onto the inner left knee. Inhale. And exhale, slight push away with the left hand. And release your left hand, inhale. Exhale, the legs stay in this format as we lift the right foot, taking the thigh towards the body. And now thread the needle, so left hand between the legs in that little window, hold on behind your right thigh. Right hand, wrap around the outside, hold on behind the right thigh, and then draw that thigh towards the body to feel the stretch in the buttocks and hip area. Making sure that your neck stays nice and long. And then some deep, slow breaths. Release the stretch, taking the right foot down, slide it away. So the right leg is long. Your left foot is either on your kneecap or a little higher onto your thigh. And currently, your left knee is pointing towards the ceiling. We'll take the left arm out at 90 degrees to the body with the palm up. And bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. The left shoulder stays on the floor. Inhale. And on the exhale, we take the knee over to the right, turn your head to the left. Breathe into the left side of the body. And then inhale, rotate back to the centre, placing the foot down. You can just lift your hips up and then lengthen the legs out. Take your arms down by the sides to begin with. And then we'll inhale them up and over. Have a big long stretch. Bring them back down by the sides. Bend your knees. Semi-supine position. Take your arms out a little wider with the palms up. Let your legs lazily rock from side to side. And then roll to one side. Use your hands to bring yourself up to a seated position. So just getting a comfortable seated position for a moment. And take your arms out to the side. Just do a quick neck stretch. So we're going to inhale and bring your right arm up, holding onto your left ear. And then as you exhale, let your right ear drop towards your shoulder. Your arm is heavy, no pulling, just heavy arm, heavy head. Feel the stretch in the side of the neck, and then start a little nod maneuver where your chin tucks in towards your left collarbone, moves away. So just slowly nodding like this and feeling as you do it that there's a change in the stretch to different little muscles along the side of the neck. And then let your ear drop back towards your shoulder. And as you inhale, come up, arm stretches up, head comes back to the middle. Exhale, let your arm come down. Other side, inhale, left arm comes up and over, holding onto the right ear. Exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Head and arm heavy. Then starting your nod in towards the right collarbone and then away. Keep that moving slowly and mindfully, feeling the change in the stretch. Letting your ear drop towards your shoulder. When you're ready, inhale, bring the head and the arm up. Exhale, the arm down. All right. So now we're going to do an inverted posture. If you have a bolster or you've made a bolster of some description, then you can do your inverted posture like we do at the studio. If you're near a lounge, you could shuffle yourself up, put your bottom close to the bottom of the lounge and have your calf muscles resting onto the seat. Or if you would prefer to have your legs up the wall, you can just shuffle yourself over near a wall, sort of get yourself onto your side with your back up against the wall quite close to begin with, and then swivel your legs up the wall. So any of those are good, and if you don't feel like doing an inverted posture, then that's okay. You can just relax and lay down. It's just making yourself comfortable in this inverted posture, which is so very good for your nervous system and your adrenals, and also just to have gravity moving in the opposite direction. So once you've settled in to that pose, I like to do a 1 to 10 breath. So what you do with this is you inhale on the odd numbers and exhale on the even numbers. So for example, as you inhale, you count number 1. And exhale 2. Inhale, 3. And exhale, 4. And you continue on like that all the way to 10, or until your mind wanders, and once you've realised that this has happened, just start at 1 again. If you get all the way to 10, start at 1 again. Feeling the sensations in your legs and your feet. Allowing your breath to deepen. And then bending your knees, letting your feet drop towards your bottom. And then either come up and over the bolster using some momentum, or roll onto your side if you had your legs up the wall or on your lounge. Let's come back up to a seated position for some alternate nostril breathing. So once you're in your comfortable seated position, bring your left hand into Chin Mudra with the thumb and index finger touching. Make sure your spine's nice and long and your head stays towards the centre. Bring your middle and index fingers to the eyebrow centre. So when you close your nostril, you just need to press on the little flare very gently to close the nostril. We'll start off by breathing in through both nostrils, noticing how they both feel, if there's a difference. Exhaling through both nostrils. Close your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left nostril to the eyebrow centre. Close the left with the ring finger, open the right, exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril to eyebrow center. Close right, open left, exhale, left nostril. That's one round. Keep going in your own time or follow me. Inhale, left nostril. Close the left, open the right, exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril to eyebrow center. Close right, open left, exhale, left nostril. Do one more round in your own time. Once you next breathe out through your left nostril, also bring your right hand down into the chin mudra. Sitting tall, eyes closed, taking a few slow breaths and experiencing this peaceful stillness. Let your chin turn towards your right shoulder, back to the center and to the left shoulder, center, right shoulder, center, left shoulder. Back to the center, opening your eyes with a smile and moving yourself into Shavasana to finish our class with relaxation. So making sure that you're nice and warm. Feeling the weight of your body resting into the space. Shoulder blades are broad, sliding down towards your waist. Legs heavy. Arms are either a little away from the body with the palms up or your hands resting onto your belly. The neck is lengthened, feeling the center of the head resting either on the floor or your head support. And take your awareness to the breath at the tip of your nostrils. Feeling the touch of the breath on your inhale and your exhale. Become aware of sensations in the palms of your hands. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Then notice the gentle pulsing throughout your entire body. So we're going to take a little journey of awareness around the body. As each body part is mentioned, please allow it to relax. Feel the energy in that area. So we'll start with the right hand side, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. The whole right hand side of your body. To the left, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. The whole left side of the body. Tips of all of the toes, soles of the feet, heels, back of the legs, buttocks, lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulder blades, length of the neck, entire scalp, forehead, eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, ears, jaw, mouth, chin, throat, collarbones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, tops of thighs, knees, shins, tops of feet, tips of toes. The whole body relax. Whole body relax. Become aware of your breath, allowing your breath to deepen. Feel the back of your body, front of your body, the texture of clothes and covers against your skin. Feel the air and the temperature of the air on your exposed skin. Let your head gently ease from side to side. Run your tongue over your teeth. Give your fingers and toes a little wriggle. Circle the ankles and the wrists. And then when you're ready, have a big old stretch and a yawn. Then roll onto your right side. Snuggle up into a little ball. Think about 3 things you're grateful for. And then once you're done, bring yourself up to a seated position. So I've finished a class with the loving kindness prayer, starting with your hands at your heart center. And then take a breath in, scoop up all that positive energy, palms together to the crown of the head. May we be filled with loving kindness. To the eyebrows center, may we be well. To the throat, may we be peaceful and at ease in our lives. And to our hearts, may we be happy. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me on Zoom today.